Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my next Focus On video. Allura and the Ponies, and where is this going? I couldn't help but comment on sort of the relationship between the Ponies and Allura, because it's definitely very complicated. I'm sure this has happened before, but it just seems so strange that we're basically having almost quote-unquote casual conversations with the supervillain when she's not, erasing their memories and then throwing them out the door, so... Oh. In the second special for Tell Your Tale, we see that Allura just shows up at the board trot. Don't worry, Sonny. I'm not here to cause trouble. And for the most part, that's true. But inevitably, there was a little bit of trouble. But the good news is it worked out okay. Almost. This relationship, and almost in this way, conflict, is so interesting because it's deceptively complicated. Sure, Allura's this big scary snow leopard with all these crazy ice powers, and if you've seen Secrets of Starlight, you know she did some pretty bad things to the Ponies and the Aurora Accord, so However, knowing Allura's backstory now, where basically she was lost as a kitten and has just simply been trying to get home all this time, that makes this a little bit more difficult because, yeah, she's done all this bad stuff, but in some ways she's not really a supervillain. However, at the same time, I still think it's important to say once in a while that the ends do not justify the means. So, she's erased Pony's memories and then thrown them out the door just because she doesn't want to deal with the situation, and or she's just in some ways trying to quote-unquote cover her tracks. So, Allura being a snow leopard was like the perfect villain form for the Ponies, because a snow leopard is basically a variant of a large cat, which is a real-world predator of horses. Not only is Allura a lot physically bigger than they are, she also has all these crazy magic ice powers as well. So the Ponies have every reason to fear her. So in some ways, she was like the perfect villain to put against the Ponies. So this is both good from a writing perspective, but obviously bad for the Ponies, so aww. At the same time, yeah, the Ponies have not in some ways given Allura much of a chance. From the very beginning, Ziphead almost went into quote-unquote attack mode, and after what happened with Secrets of Starlight, I can't really blame her all that much. At the same time, Sunny is actually trying to give, Allura a chance, and almost in a way, the benefit of the doubt is, well, maybe this time she'll be different here. Because the Sunny says she doesn't believe that all creatures are all bad, that there's good in everyone. Besides, the Ponies don't really know what drives Allura and why she's doing this. But of course, the audience does. So between that and Allura basically erasing the Ponies' memories and just throwing them out the door to avoid having to deal with the situation, makes this whole situation really hard, because the Ponies don't really trust Allura, and they can't sit down and work it out with Allura, which is what would have to happen for them to fix this, because Allura basically won't allow them to remember the conversation that she had with them. So, So I guess the long story short is that, yeah, both sides have done bad things to the other, and both have things that they need to work out with each other. But the good news is that even though getting thrown out of Allura's cave and thrown into the ocean, I think, hurt Sunny's feelings more than anything else, but it did show that with Sunny's alicorn powers, she was able to resist Allura's ice powers, and for the first time, a Pony has had one of these really intense conversations with Allura, and actually remembers it afterwards. And that conversation was definitely very enlightening for Sunny, because for the first time, Sunny and the Ponies in general have really gotten to see what motivates Allura and see things from her perspective, that, yeah, they love the board trot. It was great. It's lovely. It's wonderful. But unfortunately, to make the board trot, they had to basically destroy the Nova Charm, which was essentially her only way to get home. So Allura's not very happy about that. So I must admit, somebody who likes space games, it would be kind of like if you were a space explorer, you landed on a planet, you get out of your ship, and then you turn around and watch your ship explode explode into a million pieces. That's my only way home. No. And to make things worse, you see the local inhabitants take the pieces of your ship and then use them to go make a playground somewhere. So if there was a chance for you to put your ship back together again, well, it's basically been destroyed because now the pieces of your ship have now been disassembled and have been used for a playground. So, no. So yeah, this kind of explains why Allura is so quote-unquote grumpy around the ponies and responds almost quote-unquote violently to Sunny's attempt to be nice to her. She's just trying to wish her a nice day and she's just almost losing it. Tell me, Sunny, am I trapped here forever? Well, I don't think I'll be having any nice days. Yeah, I could understand why she's upset about that, so... Aw, we're sorry, Allura. So all this is building towards, in some ways, a big confrontation between the ponies and Allura. But as I said during my focus on video of the magical waterfalls that have appeared at the board trot, in the end, Allura may not need to steal the Nova Shards, because if the ponies and Allura can come together and learn how to control the board trot's magic portals, they might be able to open a portal back to wherever Allura came from and Allura can go home. Or maybe not. Maybe Allura will go and steal all the Nova Shards first and... But I do think that, yeah, Allura and the ponies are somehow going to work out their differences, and at some point the ponies will probably actually help her to find her home again. So I certainly hope that that's what happens, because that would be just so lovely. Because yeah, well, certainly the ends don't justify the means. Allura is just trying to find her way home, so in some ways there's no reason for the ponies to be afraid of her. Once both sides essentially come together and, you know, talk this out with each other and learn how to work out their differences, they can, you know, hopefully both move forward, and Allura may one day find her way home and the board trot will live on, and maybe that won't be the end of the story. Maybe it's just the beginning of a new friendship between Allura and the ponies. And regardless, I look forward to seeing what happens between Allura and the ponies, and I hope that in the spirit of friendship and unity that they're able to sort out their differences and hopefully find their own way forward. Because I don't like to see ponies and snow leopards be enemies, I'd rather see them be friends. And knowing this show, that's probably what's gonna happen, but regardless, I look forward to seeing what happens next. So that is the end of my focus on video on the relationship between Allura and the ponies. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.